What's up, UD? Welcome back to another episode of UDTV.
I'm Brianna Parker.
And I'm Max Steinslofer.
Approximately 36,000 units of blood are needed every day in the U.S.
Ari spoke with Mr. Gessing to find out about Upper Dublin's blood drive.
The American Red Cross was established on May 21st, 1881 by Clara Barton, who was the first Civil War nurse. The first time they started taking blood was in the 40s, and they supply more than 40% of the blood products in the country.
The Red Cross responds to emergency every 8 minutes. They go everywhere they are needed, and they help to provide clean water, shelter, hot meals, and most importantly, blood. Last week, I spoke with Mr. Gessing to discuss Upper Dublin's own blood drive. Hello, we are here with Mr. Gessing, and he ran the Upper Dublin blood drive last week. Well, last weekend, we tried to sit down with him before the blood drive, but he was too busy giving a double red. Can you please tell us what that is?
That's when they take double the red blood cells out of me. It kind of means I'm a superhero.
Cool. All right, our first question is, how does the blood donation process work?
Okay, first you have to sign up. You have to be at least 16 years old. You can get parental permission. Aside from that, if you're older and meet certain height, weight requirements, you can give blood. That means you'll come in and they'll stick you and take your blood.
Is there a preparation for this, like something you should do before it?
I would definitely eat a good meal, always eat a good meal. Get a good night's sleep, extra iron, that sort of thing. So you want your spinach, your steak, all the things Gessing loves.
How did this year's blood drive go?
Quite well. Not as good as last year, but quite well.
Now, Mr. Gessing, as a math teacher, exactly how many milliliters of blood did we donate this year?
7,352 to be exact.
Wow. Now, if a 16-year-old gave a pint of blood, how much would she have left?
Quite a few. I'm thinking she'd probably have like 7, maybe 10. Depends whether the vampires had visited last night.
Thank you, Mr. Gessing, for sitting down with us today.
My pleasure.
Hey, Brianna, where did you get that cool hat?
Oh, this old thing? The school store. Hey Max, did you do the English homework last night?
What English homework?
Well, anyway, Kendall and Autumn met up with besties, Mrs. Kaplan and Mrs. Ippolito, to see how well they know each other.
Hi, I am here with Mrs. Kaplan and Mrs. Ippolito, and they are
best English teachers.
So I have a few questions to ask you guys about your friendship. So the first one is, how long have you guys known each other?
About 12 years, and the first time I met you, I thought you were so quiet and shy, and it turns out that I was completely wrong, and I'm so glad I was wrong.
I can't imagine a world where I am actually quiet. I just remember 12 years ago, and it was during in-service, and it was like the last day where they had given us a few days to get ready, and this was my first time ever teaching, and I remember meeting Jessie and really having time, like the last day, to get to know you, and I just remember how easy it was to talk to her, and I was like, she was like my first friend that I made here, and she is now my best friend here.
First and ultimate.
Oh, that's so cute. And your rooms are right next to each other.
Yes.
So what's your favorite part about having your rooms right next to each other?
Oh, everything.
Everything.
I mean, everything from Jen brings me cups of coffee in the middle of a teaching extravaganza, to guest appearances when she plays second messenger in the reading of Oedipus Rex.
It's true. It's my favorite part.
To, you know, after school, we just need to, you know, laugh together, enjoy, I don't know, there's so many things to talk about.
Anytime something that goes good or actually horribly wrong, I can just walk right into her classroom, and I tell her this, and she is just like, okay, I can commiserate, or this is the funniest thing
I've ever heard. So teaching's pretty cool, we would both say. Like, overall, teaching's pretty amazing, but to teach next to your best friend,
Yeah.
like 20.5 times is great. It's amazing.
So what's your favorite thing about each other?
You go first.
I think it's great that we both teach 11th and 12th grade and we're part of the same collaborative team. The most wonderful thing is that my 11th graders go to her senior year and her 11th graders come to me. So we feel like we have pretty similar styles, and I think that we emphasize the same things. It's just great to have somebody to collaboratively work with who brings like the same creative ideas to teaching that you do.
Yeah,
And
you guys
I
are really
would
similar.
say Mrs. Kaplan may be the funniest person I've ever met. I've met a lot of people. She is so funny, and if you don't know that, you've got to spend more time in her classroom.
Yeah.
She drops some bombs. It's amazing. Keeps me laughing.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you, Kendall, for you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi, I'm here with Bella Soriano, a junior here at the high school who plays guitar. So can you just tell me a little bit about that? Like, how long have you been playing?
So I've been playing for 3 years about, and I started playing because my brother started playing at first, and then he didn't really like it, so I was like, hey, let me pick up the guitar, and I started playing it, and I really liked it.
So you kind of taught yourself there?
Yeah.
Like, was it hard getting into it, like learning the chords and everything?
Well, it wasn't really hard at first because I had YouTube in front of me, but also I felt comfortable to me, like playing everything.
Got it, it was just natural. Okay, and so your parents didn't like force this on you or anything? Like it's just
Not at
something
all.
that you wanted to do? That sounds good. Can you play a little bit?
Yeah, I'll play this one solo that I learned.
Jeez, that sounds amazing.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you in the studio.
Hundreds of dollars in food have been stolen from the cafeteria.
Yeah, it's a really serious problem here at Upper Dublin.
Let's send it over to Jeremiah and Dylan to see what they have to say.
This is the cafeteria. Almost everyone in school buys lunch from here or goes to sit with their friends. But do you really want to know what goes on? It happens when no one is looking. Hundreds of dollars in value is stolen from the cafeteria every quarter. The theft happens during the beginning of lunch, and the thieves usually steal cookies, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, french fries, and bottled water. So if you see something, say something.
One of the standout teams in the winter season is girls basketball.
Quinn from UD Talk Sports has the scoop.
Welcome to UD Talk Sports. I'm your host, Quinn Burns. Today we are doing a winter sport recap. Let's get started with boys ball. The boys team looked to rebuild this year after they got a new coach and have a younger team. Their final record was under 500, but hope to have a standout season next year. Wrestling, as a team record, was decent, putting a 5-12 record up, but they have promising wrestlers and going into districts and maybe even states. The indoor track flew by. The sprinters were the most successful, getting plenty of medals. We will see them in the spring. Ice hockey. The ice hockey team has done outstanding, and it's the best it's done in the past 4 years. Their overall record is 9-6 and have a couple of games left in the season. Playoffs are a possibility. Girls ball. We're going to take it over to Maggie Mustin at the desk, who is the manager, and see how the girls ball has been thriving this year. So welcome on UD Talk Sports, Maggie. So tell me, how has the team been doing so far this year?
The team has been doing really well. Their conference record is 12-2, and then their overall record is 18-4. And the only games that they've lost have been really close to athletic and really good teams.
So what you're telling me is a 12-2 record, you're most likely going in the playoffs. So how far are they expected to go?
They're expected to go pretty far. They do have a tough schedule. If they make it to the third round, they're going to be playing Souderton, which is for sure their toughest game.
I do hear Souderton has a pretty good girls basketball team, so we'll have to see how they do. Now, I also hear that we have multiple freshmen who are on the starting lineup. How do they perform stat-wise?
Yeah, so there's a couple of them. They have a big impact on the team. Dana Balassa is a strong outside shooter. And then we have Jess Poland, who's a pretty solid player. She handles the ball really well. and makes opportunities for other players. And then we have Sarah Eskew, who comes off the bench, and she plays at a really fast pace and is one step ahead of everyone on the court for sure.
It's definitely good to have that mindset to think one step ahead of the game. This has been UD Talk Sports, and as always, go Cardinals.
Many of our students just got back their Valentine's Day surveys, but probably won't confront the people on their list. Roman, Matt, and Maggie decided to disrupt the system and bring in these 3 matches from Maggie's survey in the installment of the UD dating game.
Hey, welcome back to the UDTV Speed Dating Game. Recently, our Valentine's Day survey is in, and Maggie Mustin is here to see if one of her matches on the Valentine's Day survey will become her Prince Charming. Let's meet today's contestants.
Hi, I'm CJ. I'm a junior, and I was 5th on Maggie's list of compatibility. I think me and Maggie share some traits. We're funny, loving, and I think we'll hit it off.
So good.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm training for to run a 13K right now. That's over 3 miles, a lot over 3 miles. Can't really convert numbers in my head, but I have a 6-pack. Think me and Maggie would be a great duo.
It's beautifully said.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Great, thanks. So let's begin with a few questions to test how well you know the beautiful woman that is Maggie Mustin. So her interests, including basketball and watching movies. Speaking of which, I just finished Riverdale.
Oh my gosh, I'm on episode 3.
Oh my gosh, are you really?
Yes.
Oh my, well, you know what? Maybe you can come over and we'll finish it up. It's a great.
No, yeah.
So okay. So actually, what are your guys' favorite after-school activities?
Soccer.
Basketball.
Exfoliating.
Maggie is gonna have such a hard time deciding who it is, but I know she'll do it because she's really smart and she's so talented.
Cool.
What do you guys like most about Maggie Mustin?
I like how she wears sweaters sometimes.
She's a very consistent breather.
It's time to choose a suitor. You have our coveted Vine to give to one of our 3 men.
I choose you.
Me? Is this even allowed?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Next time we're Upper Dublin speed dating, find out who is okay with an open relationship.
Well, this concludes today's episode of UDTV.
See you on the flip side, UD.